You probably won't recognize this guy in this first photo, but let me just say his first name, and you probably still won't recognize who this man is until we go to the next photo. Renard, who is a deputy with the Harris County Sheriff's Office in Houston, was charged on Monday night over the fatal shooting of his wife, Patricia. Now, this is what spooked me out. This happened in 2019. I heard nothing about it. This man is on one of those court shows that I used to watch. And you just never can bring past what anybody, even with all the fame, and you would think they're happy and got money and they're well off, they still have problems behind closed doors. Now, why this man would pick up a gun and involve this into argument with his wife, accusing him of doing steroids again and also having an affair on her. Now, it leads me to believe that she probably was right about those two things, because a lot of unusual things happen when people do take steroids. I've seen some cases of some horrific stuff happening when, like, a person that's a bodybuilder like Renard is, they stop pumping that steroids in them, and then their mind just goes. Soon as they have a flare up, they just take it to the next level, because that stuff messes you up. So if you don't know who this guy is, we're gonna go to the next clip here. He appeared as the bailiff, or the court officer, in this court show that was on, and I think she's still on, or maybe they're repeats that I'm seeing. Christina Perez, that was the name of the show. She was a judge and he was the court officer. I would have never thought in a million years that this man, who I would think has more going on for himself than the average bear, why would he take it to the point of pulling out a gun because of the allegations that were said about what his wife thought he was doing? What would make you in a million years pull out a gun and end your wife's life? Now, in the process of him pulling out this gun, obviously he was going to use it on her, because the wife, from what the reports say, police reports say, she was, they were going back and forth. Basically, she was probably trying to get the gun from him so he couldn't shoot her, but he ended up shooting himself and he shot her. I think he shot her 2 times, and he tried to revise her for about 40 minutes, and then he ended up calling the cops and explained to them what had happened. Now, I seen a post, I don't know, it says from October 11, 2022, but it doesn't say. They said he was charged with the murder of his wife, Patricia, but it doesn't say the sentence. And that's the only post currently that's out there. When you go to the news section on Google, you don't see any updated information about this case. So I'm going to keep further digging. But I cannot believe you cannot bring anything past anybody nowadays, because this really shocked me that this man did this to his wife. It says authorities say Spivey, I guess that's his last name, was off duty when he called police at about 3 a.m. on Sunday to report an accidental shooting at his home. Number one, he shouldn't have had a gun. What are you doing, sir, with a gun? You were having an argument with your wife, and a gun was not necessary. And if you're not guilty of cheating or using steroids, why did it take you to get a gun to harm your wife? Who does that? That is so scary to me. How people's thought process are these days. there's no sense that this humanly could make to me why he would do this to his beautiful wife. Were there things behind the scenes that were going on that only he knew about? And maybe the mistress that she accused him of cheating on her with? Or was he on the down low doing those steroids like she had suspected him of doing? Now she's been with them a while. We know our husbands and our boyfriends. So if he was trying to hide something, what did you get mad because she was telling the truth? There's a lot of things I'm quite sure that was going on behind closed doors, obviously, for this to come to a tragic end for his wife and also for him to lose his freedom. I honestly believe that he probably was doing steroids and he just wasn't thinking correctly. Those steroids can mess your mind up. I've seen documentaries done on the misuse and the use of steroids to get more pump while working out in the gyms so you could be big, extremely big, abnormal big. And it starts messing with your mental. And there's been occasions that I've seen videos. I've seen this Caucasian guy who they showed him on camera, and he was beating his girlfriend, like pulverizing her. And she was just a little old thing, and he looked like the Incredible Hulk. Those steroids really mess your mind up. So I believe that there were some things that were going on behind the scenes, and you know, he just couldn't, express himself like he should have because he's under the influence of these steroids, and he probably was paranoid because he probably was doing something with another woman, a mistress. And I just can't understand how this man would get a gun and even involve that in an altercation or disagreement with his wife and take this woman out of this world. I just can't fathom what was going through his mind at the time of doing this to this young lady. So I'm going to keep you guys updated. I don't really have too much information on it. I know that it happened in 2019, but I have to look through some articles to see if he's been indicted and sentenced. That is what my main um, goal is to find out, was he indicted? How long did he get? If you guys know or heard about this and you know that he did get indicted and how much time he has got, please DM me on IG or post in the comment section of this video how much time did he get. I'm still going to do a follow-up video for those that did not know that this man did this to his wife, and he was a reality star on TV, had everything probably going for himself, but obviously deep inside there had to be some something going on with him to do this to his wife. It's a very sad thing to have to think in your mind that this man literally did this. And for what?